welcome to this week's episode of the Fresh Squeeze podcast. I'm hosting this week, your host Justin, along with
Jeremy, the co-host.
All right, and we got two guests that we are talking with this week. Introducing Austyn and Andrew. So welcome, guys.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
I was
Thanks
gonna
for
hype
having
you
us.
up. I was gonna hype you up. Hosted by Justin.
Justin.
I was just trying not to laugh to make a noise take away from it because I was watching Jeremy and he was like,
Dude, it's always funny.
All right, so our topic this week, we're going to be talking about movie theater experiences to start off with. So, I mean, generally, just with you guys, that's kind of like a common pastime we've done with you guys a lot in the past.
I miss it.
Pre-COVID, haven't been to a theater in over a year, but over the years we've had lots of theater experiences, seen a lot of great movies, and so we're going to start off with our main discussion, which is going to be on the best movie theater experiences we've ever had. And now, I thought it'd be interesting to ask first if you guys remember maybe the first time or one of the first times you guys ever went to the theater.
Shoot, that's a good question. I don't think so.
I have an early one. I don't know if it's the first, but I remember seeing Robots. You know that that Blue Sky Studios.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good movie. I like
Rob
it.
Williams,
I remember seeing
right?
that.
We honestly quote that a lot because
All the time.
So funny.
It's actually when I was there watching Robots, they had a trailer for Revenge of the Sith.
Hey, all right.
And then I was younger and I was confused. I was like, episode 3, and it because they were advertising it as like coming to a conclusion of the saga, and I was like, why is that the end? There's already 4. Why is it 3? I didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, Dad, why? He's
like, shut up, you little dud.
Do they know what they're doing? I mentioned
He's like, you stupid child.
Yeah. Let's leave the theater. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think I don't really remember it, but I know of. I was only a couple years old, and I think my parents took me to see the animated Tarzan movie.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
when did that come out?
That's probably 20 years ago.
That's good. I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, I can't remember.
I hate when people take babies into a movie theater.
I mean, I was a toddler.
They
I
need
was
to
a
be
baby.
slaughtered.
It's like, what's the baby gonna get out of this? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna cry, and then I'm gonna miss this movie. that I paid
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
That's a good question. When did the animated?
But
It was like
1999.
early 2000s. already.
1999.
1999. Jeez.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow. So I was like
you were 2.
3 years old. So.
Jeez. I would have
Yeah.
been 2 by then.
I don't even know what movie I first saw in theaters. I don't know. It was probably some sort of like animated Disney or something movie, but I have no idea.
They're just like, let's take the kiddos out on a weekend and let them see a movie. But
I think the earliest movie I remember is Jurassic Park 3.
Really?
Oh,
I mean, just off the top of my head, that's what I'm thinking.
that was like early 2000s, right?
I remember we sat in the front row. Like for a while, my dad was like all big into sitting right up front. I don't know why.
I
he
hate
did that
sitting right
face.
up front.
That's terrible.
Because then you
Yeah.
gotta.
It was a short-lived face.
Yeah.
face, but right, like just looking up.
We had
the
to
whole
do that
time.
when we saw Venom, didn't we?
Yeah, I was just thinking about it
Yeah.
when I was like, dude,
That's always the
You
worst.
guys. I was hoping you would invite Natalie. I intentionally was like, hey, you guys should invite Natalie, and you're just like, no, we're not gonna do that.
I've already had to apologize for being so naive to you in
That-
the past about that.
that story is so funny.
I
love
remember because I was
Got
working
played.
on that animation for the movie,
Mhm.
and I was finishing that up, trying to get it ready. And then I was like, all right, I gotta go to the theater. And I was like, you guys just said, hey, we're coming. So I was like, I don't know what that means. I'm hoping it means that she's gonna be there. And then
What
when
about
like, I
Jeremy?
got there early, and you guys showed up, and I was looking behind. you,
There's
I was
no
like,
Natalie.
Jeez.
We
But we still had a
played.
good time. It was
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. It was fun.
And,
Okay.
yeah, and there was that other friend you had with us that didn't even show up in the theater.
Oh yeah, Devon was supposed to.
And he went and saw something
Devon?
else.
We went and saw
Yeah.
some other movie.
I don't know what happened. He got there late or something, and then they were sold out. So he just went and watched a different movie and then
Yeah.
went home. I was like, he said he went into a different auditorium after he got a ticket, and then he fell asleep in there, and then he left. I was
Wow.
like, okay.
Wow.
Oh
Awesome.
man. Yeah.
Yo, what
He's-
is the
He's
best?
such a super chill dude. He just like does whatever.
He
Yeah.
does whatever. What would be the best seating arrangements for you guys in the theater? What's the top notch area?
I like to be pretty high. up at the
Yeah.
top.
Like
I'm not saying like top row, but I say like maybe like 3 or 4 rows down from the top. I think is
Yeah.
like optimal. You
Mhm.
know.
And if you can get one with
Like
the
in the-
rails, that you
yeah.
put my feet on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
get the one
obviously
with
in
the
the middle.
rails.
Yeah.
On the balcony part. Yep.
And center? I would
Yeah.
assume.
And obviously in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to be
Center balcony.
Yeah,
by
yeah,
the
yeah.
rails.
you have to
Yep.
be a psycho if not.
Oh, dude,
I
love
like the
sitting on
top.
the far right, all the way up.
Far right.
Yeah.
I love the far right bottom.
Oof,
That's way too specific.
That's the
That's
absolute
terrible.
worst.
It's probably the worst spot in the entire theater.
Yeah.
I remember when we saw Spider-Verse, I think you specifically requested Austin. You were like, we got to get the rail seats.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
there was barely anyone in there. when we saw
Surprisingly.
it,
Mhm.
which is another funny movie theater experience with Natalie.
It twice we kind of missed that, but
Well, she was there that time,
yeah.
Yeah.
But
but it was funny
it
because
took some work.
yeah, but her and I were talking like we were texting, but in the DMs while we
Yeah.
were there, and you were sitting next to me, and then Jeremy was next to you, and then she was on the other end, and like we were talking while we were in there after like the movie was over, and I got so nervous that you were gonna be weird about it if you knew. So like, because you were sitting next to me, and I was like, he has to see my screen, right? Like,
Justin
I'm
just
sitting
slowly
right
looking
here.
down. He's just like,
No, I don't think I did. But yeah. Well, obviously we have plenty of experiences that we can go into, but let's start.
Yeah, well, quick question on that. What because I heard you guys say about when you like went to see episode 6 or whatever, but did we all see episode 7 together?
Yeah, we met up
I think so. Yeah.
with you guys at
Did you go to Franklin Park?
Levis, I think.
Was it? I remember we went to
I
Franklin
saw it
Park
at
for
Franklin
6.
Park.
For 6 we did. And I think you were there, Austin, right?
6? You mean 7?
Yeah, 7. Duh.
Yeah, we were at Franklin
Yeah,
Park.
7. Okay, I'm at 8. 8.
Yes,
Did
we
we
all
see
were
it all?
together for 8.
Yeah, okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I remember you guys were sitting in front of us.
Yeah, I
Were
think
we?
so.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't remember that far.
You
back.
and Natalie and Jeremy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I remember all about our episode 7 experience, but not much about The Last Jedi for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that episode
Yeah.
7 experience was probably one of the best movie
was good.
experiences.
Yeah.
And I think I saw it with you, Austin, because we had a
Yeah,
time,
you were there.
and
we-
we were.
I
at-
saw both of them with you.
Yeah,
All 3 of them, but
yeah, all 3 of them.
we're not gonna talk about that last.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
The Franklin Park though experience, that was great because like everyone was super into it, and like everyone was cheering for everything.
Mhm.
I guess it was like that for Endgame too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good segue into talking about the best theater experience we've ever had, which was the Thursday night premieres for both Infinity War and Endgame, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I was thinking
obviously
about.
was gonna be my answer too.
Yeah.
When you think about that experience, both of you guys, what's the memories from that? Well, did you ever come to those, Andrew, or was it only?
No,
I-
Andrew didn't go to those ones.
Well, I mean, I saw it opening night,
Mhm.
Yeah, but
but I
he
don't.
didn't come to the fan
The,
events.
the,
with
the
us.
fan event?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Wasn't there like a whole thing going on, especially for Endgame, that they like played the movies just straight through? Is that what you're talking about? 'Cause
No,
they-
we didn't do that.
Oh
you
no,
did
that
do
was
that?
like the marathon. We just
Yeah,
had like
I thought I remember hearing somebody did that.
we just went to like I think it was just literally the first showing at the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
like
the first one,
Mhm.
and you get like little coins.
You know why?
Yeah.
I think. Well, no. That there was a time where our meetings were on Thursdays, and so like I always had to go to the later showing.
My meeting's on Thursday.
That's
Ours-
true.
We
I
went
forgot
to
about that.
Riverview on Tuesday.
We always went to.
Forgot about-
We always did Wednesdays.
We went to
Or actually, we
went
went
to
to
Mommy.
your meeting.
You went to Archive. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
on
what I
Tuesday
remember.
Yeah.
for Endgame, yeah.
That's right. That's right.
When you had
We're
your E
like-
CO.
we're definitely here
Yes.
for no other reason than to be at the meeting.
That's right. Now I remember that. I
But
just
yeah.
forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you guys went to a separate showing than we did.
Yeah.
But I know
For Infinity War, it was just me, you, Jeremy, and my sister.
yeah, for Infinity War. it was.
Infinity War. I just thinking about that earlier because I was looking over the out and I was just like, Infinity War was honestly like one of the like craziest like best theater experiences I've ever had. Like everybody was just
which
like on the
one's
same
better?
energy.
Which one would you put the number one
Oh,
experience?
like between
Infinity War or Endgame? Honestly, it's really hard to decide because the energy
Yeah.
in Infinity War was like crazy.
yeah.
I
'Cause-
felt like the crowd wasn't as like throughout for Endgame, but
Mhm.
in a few times they definitely were. which
Yeah.
I
makes
definitely
it
think
difficult.
like the final fight sequence of Endgame definitely made it the most hype experience ever.
Yeah.
Like when
I'd
Cap
probably say
gets the hammer.
Yeah.
Or
That
when-
part. Yeah.
That is the hypest moment.
And
I've
everyone
ever
was just
spent in my
They
life.
screaming.
literally lost.
I
their
could
minds when
hear
that
you
happened.
Dude,
Everyone's
standing
losing their
ovation
mind.
in the movie theater. There was a standing ovation. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think everybody just collectively could not control themselves and just started yelling.
Yes.
Because it was so cool.
Just losing control of everything.
Yeah, just for that, I'd probably have to say Endgame because who doesn't love that moment?
Like, come
It was-
on. It's so good.
in the moment when the portals open up and Spider-Man and Falcon
Yeah,
and everybody comes back
The
in.
squad pulls up.
I wish I could re-experience that with that crowd again.
Mhm.
It really
that
was
was
a once in a
fantastic.
lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about that is like seeing people get hype like that. Like I said, there's only like a few movies that's really been like that, and Star
Mhm.
Wars
Yeah.
was one of those.
Yeah, Star Wars is like that.
It's interesting because I feel like people only really got hype at The Force Awakens, but then the second two, obviously the hype was dying down.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Yeah.
Well,
The,
that's not true.
the first
because
time I saw Last
Last
Jedi,
Jedi, that throne scene. I remember
Yeah.
people
No,
were.
that
that
was
was
worth
pretty
getting
epic.
hype about.
Yeah.
I remember Andrew and I, we were both on the same page with that one when it first came out. When we first saw it, when
Yeah,
it was over, I was like, "What'd you think about that?" He's like, "I don't know. I gotta see it again." I was like, "Yeah,
Right.
I didn't really know how I felt about it, but then when I saw it again, I was like, this is one of the best Star Wars movies in my opinion."
Yeah, that's interesting because would you categorize it as maybe not necessarily the best one, but definitely has some of the
It's
Best
it's probably my favorite.
it's one of the most
besides
creative
Empire.
ones. It's
I-
one of the most
yeah.
creative ones, I think.
I think we talked about this a little bit on our
It gets a
Star
lot of
Wars
flack
episode,
for no
but
reason
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's the little things, kind of like Attack of the Clones. Like there's cringy
Oh, it's
parts.
way better than Attack
but-
of the Clones, in my opinion.
Like there's cringy parts, but I think just from a creative writing standpoint, it's really great.
It
Yeah,
is.
That-
I
that-
think-
but-
yeah.
That's why I feel like it gets a lot of hate, because it's not necessarily a great Star Wars movie. I think it's just a great movie that happens to be a Star Wars movie, and that's why people don't feel the same way about it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can feel that.
and
The writing's great.
yeah, and I thought I had heard that like some of those ideas that they had, like a part of the movie, like Han Solo getting killed off and everything, like that was early George Lucas ideas that were kind of put in. I know that was in 7, but still, I don't know. I think Ryan Johnson, like taking the character that you believe is going to be like this awesome person and making him like this bum now is like just a cool idea. Like that alone is kind of a cool idea. Not you're like it's like taking your expectations and throwing them out the window, and then you're like,
Mhm.
what the heck?
Like
is
Luke
going
did.
on? Yeah, basically.
There you go.
Basically.
That movie was the definition of subverting expectations.
Yeah,
for sure.
I will say I didn't care for that moment where he threw the.
Oh
thing,
no, that was goofy. They really could have.
but
Mm-hmm.
but I will completely disagree with anyone who says that that is not Luke Skywalker.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
Ryan
I
knew how to
love-
write Luke, and he knew how to write Kylo. So
Yeah, Kylo is my favorite character. of the
He's
sequel trilogy.
yeah, he's the best sequel character by far.
Which, if you remember, like after seeing episode 7, you're like, this guy sucks.
Hey,
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
this dude's a
defended him.
wimp.
Yeah.
I always defended him. I told because everyone complained about him. I was like, they set up throughout.
They called me a meanie head. I'm gonna punch something.
I'll give you the
I'm gonna
tantrum
punch
part,
my-
but
Yeah.
My stomach. Yeah.
well, that part I thought was great. People complain about it all the time when he gets beat by Rey, but he tanked that shot from the bowcaster. They set up
Yeah,
twice throughout the movie
true.
how powerful that thing is, so that when he got shot with it and he just didn't move and was still able to like
Yeah.
fight,
'Cause-
that proves how powerful he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way you see it makes stormtroopers go flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, no, I thought it was good,
hmm
but I don't know why we started talking about that.
No, that's okay.
It all
Still-
feeds into the.
It's still
Yeah.
a film topic,
I
Yeah.
guess so.
but
I feel like we're all pretty decided on Endgame is the best. So
as
I-
the top.
what about you?
Not
Andy?
for me though.
Anyway.
I feel like that episode 7 was like
Oh, is that your
it
favorite?
was good. Now
Yeah,
I
that's
do
cool.
have to say like Infinity War I don't really remember much,
Mhm.
but I do remember Endgame. So like I remember those two, and those were probably the most hype like movies being at. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that is just as an audience, because I think like there's the other thing of like being in the theater and the suspense of the story, because even though those were good movies, I would not consider those the best movie experiences for how I was feeling during the movie. Like Inception is one of those movies that is like, as the movie was going, it was like it was fun to experience, I guess, because that first
Yeah.
time like watching a really good movie, like one of those ones that are classic, that is like I think a really cool experience. And like suspense scenes and everything are not the same as much as it is that first time experience when you're seeing it, because you're like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, how are they going to get out of this? So
Dude,
Okay.
I biffed myself so hard when I was watching Inception for the first time. I had to pee so bad.
oh no,
Oh,
why would you do
And
this?
I was trying to find a time. I was like, when can I go? And I remember I was there with Brian and Chad and Deanna.
there is no time.
And I was like, I picked the worst time to go. I was like, Chad, I gotta go to the bathroom. Tell me if anything happens so I come back. And I leave and go to the bathroom. I come back and I missed Maul coming down and shooting Fisher
Oh my
when they
god.
were in the snow area.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, Chad, did anything happen? He's like, yeah. I was like, what? How did that happen?
Yeah.
Why could you do? You know what I was just thinking now? One of the best movie story experiences that I had was 10 Cloverfield Lane. I
saw that
really
with
like that
you.
movie. Huh?
I saw that with you.
Yeah. I remember in the theater that end scene when they go out and then there's that freaking ship. I thought, holy crap, like we're in a whole new setting that I didn't even expect.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
We
I
haven't
and
love
haven't
that
seen
that
it.
moment was like,
Wait,
shoot,
you haven't
like,
seen
what's
it?
gonna
No,
happen?
we haven't seen it. No.
Oh,
Oh,
dang,
crap.
that's a great movie.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. I mean, just there's something that happens at the end. You're like, you
Yeah.
don't expect, and you're like, what the heck is going on?
No,
Yeah.
that is
Okay.
a great movie.
Yes, that's a fantastic movie.
That whole like series though is a mixed bag.
Oh, that's don't even get
I
started.
like the first one.
First one's good.
I love Cloverfield Lane, but the Cloverfield Paradox
Get that junk out
terrible
of here.
movie.
I don't know
Terrible
anything about it. So
Yeah.
Did you see the first Cloverfield?
I haven't seen any of them.
What?
Oh man.
Oh, you guys would like those. You should
Oh,
Yeah.
you love them. Yeah. I mean, everyone complains about the first one because first of all, it is J.J. Abrams who did it. And
He didn't direct it, but he produced it.
did he? I thought he directed it.
No, I
thought he
think Matt
did.
Reeves directed it.
Oh,
I'll have to
really?
look it up.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing the only problem with Cloverfield Lane is like the camera is like shaky. So if you get like sick
I
from
mean
that
the
or
first
something,
one.
yeah, the POV kind
Oh,
of
it's just
Yeah.
supposed to be a
It's a
found
found
footage
style.
type thing.
yeah. It's
I
like
think it's one of the better ones.
It's a Godzilla found footage kind of thing. It's a good story though. But 10 Cloverfield Lane is like not related to it
Mhm.
basically at all. So
Yeah.
10 Cloverfield Lane is just a really good, like it's something that we
It
could
stands
make.
alone.
Yeah,
It's just kind of a general universe, but you can kind of watch them however.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which I think
it's
is kind of
like
cool.
an anthology thing, but they tried to kind of connect it in
Yeah.
the third one
Honest-
that was on Netflix, and it's horrible.
Honestly, I think that's how they should have did Quiet Place 2. I mean, it hasn't come out yet,
But
but
you haven't seen it yet.
I'm just saying though, I think the idea of taking a landscape of like you already have these rules set up or whatever with Quiet Place and just do a completely different story. It would be perfect. And you don't have to relate to the old characters. Maybe you could do like a cameo or something, but you could have a really I thought that was where 10 Cloverfield Lane kind of stood out. I know I'm talking
Yeah.
a lot about the movie. You guys haven't seen it at all.
No, I like hearing
It's all
about
good, yeah.
experiences that we haven't had before. So
Yeah,
yeah, go
we'll
right
have
ahead
to
and
add
talk
to the
about those.
list.
Yeah. Nope. Those two movies for sure.
No, but Austin, I was sorry, just to cut you off, but I was just thinking when you were talking about how you'd go to the bathroom during Inception. Justin, I remember that same exact thing happened to me the first time we saw Winter Soldier.
Oh, man.
Literally,
Yeah. I thought
opening
so.
day, we go to
Yeah.
see Winter Soldier, and I'm like, dude, I was like, I gotta pee so bad.
And it was
I
at
was
the
really-
end.
I know it was at the end too, and I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I gotta find the right moment to go. I don't remember what.
Probably at like the helicarrier coming down.
Probably, I
part.
don't know when it was,
Oh,
but
man.
I was like, I gotta go sometime. So I was just, I can definitely relate to that.
I think you missed the entire like last 5 minutes.
I
just-
probably did, which is
Oh,
which is a mistake.
I
but
was
like-
Oh no.
Bucky got
I learned
away.
from that. That is
Yeah.
one for years. I never go. I always hold it. I don't miss nothing.
Yeah. After
Yeah.
that, I was like, yeah, I can never do this again. This is a terrible idea.
You just pee your pants and go. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just wear a diaper next time. Like,
Yes. That's what you
Strap
have-
on my defense, especially for Endgame, dude. 3 hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
People are joking about bringing pee buckets and stuff. But
There you go.
I remember
I
that.
think that was me. But yeah. Okay.
I just
See?
pee into my gauntlet.
Just don't tip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put your hand into it. You're like, what?
Oh no. That butter? Yeah.
Just melted popcorn.
Yeah.
Uh,
By the way, when I saw your question about best movie theater experience, like one of the craziest movie theater experience I remember was going to the drive-in and
Okay.
seeing dumbest movie, the first Hulk, and with like, dude, that
Like
movie
not-
was great at the time.
like not the MCU
So good.
Hulk, but the first.
No, Ang Lee's
first-
Hulk.
Yeah.
The first
Eric
Hulk
Bana.
with the whole dogs and everything.
The Hulk dogs.
Yeah, it's a banger of a movie. Don't you
I-
disrespect that movie?
I've seen parts of it, but I've never actually watched the whole
You
thing.
never seen the whole thing?
I didn't.
Oh, it's a joke.
I don't know if I have.
It's bad.
You gotta watch it.
I get the gist of how it goes.
I
but-
thought about
Yeah.
having a watching party for that because I know people would appreciate
That
it.
that should be a
Just to
good time.
roast it.
I mean, I'd watch it with you.
Yeah.
Even the Hulk like design is like he looks like someone that drowned and got bloated.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it would. It
He's
was
a
designed
drown-
by,
Right? Isn't he? He's like lime green. Like why
He's
is he
a
so
green drowning victim.
He does
Oh
look
my goodness.
really green.
Yeah.
That was done by ILM,
they-
I think.
And they made the shorts really purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's great design.
I love those memes with that image of Hulk from that movie, and they just have Yoda's face on it.
Yeah.
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 You know, that's something we can balance here. Positive and somewhat negative experiences too.
Yeah.
Oh,
One funny thing I thought of, obviously we've been going to movie theaters for years with you, Austyn, but I think Andrew, we literally met you at a theater, I think.
I think it was when
probably.
we saw Ant-Man. I think it was.
And you,
Oh, was it?
I think
And-
it was.
yeah, because he
'Cause
sat down next to you, right?
I sat next. Yeah, Andrew. I sat that night. I sat next to you when we watched Ant-Man, and I think that was the first time we had met.
And you were like, "Who
That makes
is
sense.
this guy?"
Yeah, because I remember we were in we were in that big like Instagram like DM, and everybody was just talking about,
Oh,
yeah, I'll
yeah.
be there, and I was
It was a mess.
and yeah, I remember we were just
Those
like
always get ridiculous.
those were always
Yeah.
so unorganized. Yeah,
I always leave them when I have the information I
I
need.
felt
yeah,
like there
it's
was a gigantic group when
Yeah.
we went to see that.
yeah,
I just remember thinking like this movie's gonna suck, and I was like,
But it's great.
looking forward to it. I was like,
Yeah.
like the worst.
Yeah.
We just rewatched that on Saturday.
It's a good movie,
It is.
I like both of them.
Mm-hmm.
but
You
yeah, that's
remember-
funny. I remember the time that I remember you guys being at the theater. I forgot about the Ant-Man thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was at like I think Solo. I thought you.
Oh,
guys-
it did. Okay.
I don't think we went to see Solo with a group.
Did we?
I don't
I-
think you got. I think we just went at the same time because I don't think
Oh,
you guys.
we just like saw you there.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
this is
okay.
Jeremy and Justin.
Did I see Solo with you guys? I can't
We went
remember.
with Natalie and Brittany, I think.
Oh,
Did we? Oh, I don't. I just don't remember.
But,
I feel like it's
yeah.
been a long time.
yeah, it does feel like it's been
Yeah.
a long time.
Well, yeah, you know, that was probably what 5 years ago when we
Oh my gosh.
saw Ant-Man. So that's about how
Yeah.
long
You
Oh,
think
Andrew.
Ant-Man's only
we've
5
known
years?
Andrew.
No, I think it's more than 5 years ago.
It's got to be more than 5 years. 2015. So a little bit more.
Okay.
Five
yeah,
and a half.
it's like-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew, when you talked about like a big group, it made me think of, remember when we saw Split? Oh.
Wait.
You didn't come with the group. You were just there.
Oh, you guys went to the same time?
Yeah, and we didn't
Oh, it's
know you were gonna
ridiculous.
be there. And then you and I were on the same page. We were both like really nervous because like we
Oh.
filled up like 2 rows, like all the way across with all the
I was
people.
so nervous.
And I
watching
was
it.
like, someone's gonna be offended by this. Like
Absolutely.
someone's gonna get upset.
Yeah.
There's that whole
It's gonna be
scene.
weird when everyone like if people try to leave.
Yeah,
but-
there's a couple movies where I was going to see, and I was like, I don't know how people are gonna feel about this. Like, Quiet Place was one of those. I
Mhm.
You went
didn't
with a
know how
bigger
that was
group.
gonna be. So I went with a small group, and Split was one of those. And then I saw this gigantic group, and I went, oh god.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah.
in the
These
back
guys
and we're
leave.
down
I'm
the-
gonna be
Yeah.
staying. I want to see the movie.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say too, but no one really got
No,
up.
but you know the scene that really it's right in the beginning of the movie is when he drags that girl out, and I go, oh, where's this going?
I know.
I did
'Cause
not
it's like
wanna
we've
see
never
that
seen
movie,
it
either.
honestly.
Yeah, it was really risky. Actually, I went with I won't say who it was, but I went with Interstellar with somebody, and they were super nervous about the movie.
Why?
And there's a
Interstellar?
whole big Interstellar.
Why?
And I was so excited because I think Inception was the last Nolan movie or
It's
whatever.
just a space movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But if you remember, right in the beginning, there's that whole book scene, and they're talking about a ghost being in the whatever. And
No.
the buddy I was with was like, I don't know about this. I think we should leave. And I went, I was like, let's just see what happens.
I immediately took that as like clearly it's not.
yeah.
Ghost.
I thought so too. And Nolan's not that kind of director. If you
Yeah,
think
he's
about it.
never really
a
made
science.
anything
He's
like
a
that.
science man, and like, oh, it's a puzzle or something like
Yeah,
that.
and the whole movie is clearly very science fiction. It's
Yeah.
called Interstellar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be like, oh, it's wizards that are doing it or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
I've only-
fantastic movie.
I've only seen it once, and it was way back when it came out. I don't think I exactly grasped the whole thing, but it looked cool.
See, I've actually never seen it, so
You've never seen
I've
Interstellar?
never seen Interstellar.
We've been meaning to watch it.
Yeah, no,
What?
literally,
You have Nolan on your thing
Yeah,
here.
you have
See,
Nolan in the outline. You haven't seen
Justin
Interstellar?
made the outline. All right, so Justin's the man that does it, but no, all the time Justin's like, "Yo, we should watch Interstellar." And I'm like, "Yeah, we should," but then we don't. I don't know why we
Oh
don't,
my goodness.
but we
I mean,
need to.
It is like a
It says
long
thoughts
movie.
on Interstellar.
Yeah, he's
Again,
like, give
oh,
me the information. I want to know what's going on.
Yeah, we
See,
gotta
Like, should we
educate him.
watch it?
This is why Justin's the host because he does the outline. I'm like, I'm just here to talk.
I respect.
Yeah, but he put that on the outline. He's like,
I,
what are
That's
your
true.
thoughts on
I don't,
this?
I don't got thoughts on Interstellar. It's space. That's all I know. It's Nolan.
I would have turned it around on you and be like, "What's your thoughts on Interstellar?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
well, if we want to switch to another Nolan topic, has everyone seen Tenet?
Yes.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I
Oh,
thought it was
I
great.
yeah, I liked it a lot. Yeah.
It's just okay.
I actually, that was a nice theater experience that I had because that was like the most recent movie I got to see in a theater.
Okay.
Obviously, because the pandemic's going on. And when it came out, I was like, Natalie knew I really wanted to see that. And I was like, kind of bummed that I wouldn't be able to see it in a theater.
Right.
And so she got, you know, how Cinemark has those like private watch parties. she booked that, and then just her and I had the auditorium, and we watched it. So I got to see
Yeah.
it in the theater. It was
that's
fun.
pretty cool. We
It's a good movie. It's not
Mhm.
his best, but I enjoy it a lot.
I actually enjoyed
I
it
really
more
liked
than I
it.
thought I would.
Yeah.
I think it's too complex. I think it's
That's
very
why it's not as up there for me.
I think it's very smart, but I think
Yes.
it's too smart. It's
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
it's like talking to a really smart person and they're talking about like physics and you're like, "Oh yeah," but you're like, "You have no idea
Yeah.
what's going on."
True.
It's
Yeah.
very
Like
complex.
it's not a movie you could watch casually. Like you have to sit down and like fully pay attention.
No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like with Inception. Inception is a very complex movie, but it's layered and told in such a way that it's accessible. Like you can understand it. And
That's
I feel like with Tenet, it's complex, but it's not as accessible for people.
Yeah.
It's like a
Mhm.
little more like complicated and it's hard to
I'm
understand.
telling you that end scene, I've seen the movie like 3 or 4 times now. That end scene is still so confusing to me. I don't know
What?
where's going from.
What
I
part
like
at the end?
Oh, who's
Every-
going forward? Who's going backwards?
every scene. I don't know who's going forward. I don't know what's going. I just know that
If
things
you
are
watch it
happening.
again, it makes more sense.
Yeah,
No, I've
like-
seen it 4 times. It still confuses me. Still confuses me. I'm
Like-
like, are we going forward or backwards right now? And they say it so fast. They're like, blue team is going forward, red team's going backwards. And I'm like, oh man, I'm so confused.
Yeah, me and Justin
It
had to watch
gets
it more than once.
confusing when
We
Neil, which is in between while
Mhm.
everyone else is still going around. I think
Yeah.
that's the part that makes it more confusing.
I don't know. I get confused. And then like things are exploding and things are exploding
And
backwards.
then, yeah, they're like getting sucked in yeah, and like
I mean, visually, that's amazing.
It's visually
cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Like they were saying that like because it's like whatever, it's supposed to be 90% all in
Practical?
camera. Yeah,
Yeah.
practical.
Like
and
when they crashed
They were
that
saying like it's
plane.
the
yeah.
best experience or whatever, like for a movie, because of that kind of thing. And that right there is really cool. Like that whole scene with the building blowing up and then reconstructing is like the coolest thing. But as far as digesting it from like a story aspect, I feel very confused what's going on.
Yeah.
Understandable. Yeah. I think it's meant to be spectacle and visually stunning, and Nolan just wanted to make this kind of like his biggest act yet.
I feel like he just wanted to like flex on all of us and be like, here's how smart and confusing my movies can be.
Yes.
I mean,
I think he went
most of
too
his
far.
movies are very smart and
Yeah.
complex, but this one was just like
It's too far.
it was way too abstract
Yeah.
compared to like Inception.
And the things move
Mhm.
so quick too, which
Yeah.
most of the time I wouldn't complain about, but he describes like a very complex thing in like a minute. And he like expects you to just know it right away. He's like bullet drops and this is how, time inversion works. And like, wait a second, you gotta slow that down and like, all right, now we're flipping a whole building around. And it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
We're just not gonna bypass that fact that you just said.
You kind of have to accept that you aren't going to understand everything to enjoy it. Is
Yeah.
what I get from it.
hmm
No, and I think for the most part, I think movies can get away with a little bit of that. It was just like the foundational stuff, like I didn't really grasp totally. I don't know if it just went too
Okay.
fast, and sometimes they're like talking so quiet, and they're talking with an accent too, and it's like, man, I need a little bit clearer, Robert Pattinson, on what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what's also I thought was amazing that I read online? That actor Kenneth Branagh or whatever his name is, he
The
had
main
to
guy?
he
Yeah.
spoke Russian
No,
backwards.
Oh, the bad guy. I gotcha.
Yeah.
He not only they had to like walk and speak backwards, he had to do his accent and his Russian backwards also.
I don't even know how you would do that.
So
The
I
prep
don't
for
know
the
how
movie
you would
is
do
amazing.
that, but
Yeah.
The prep for the movie is amazing, and I don't know if I saw the behind the scenes. I would love to see like really in depth behind the scenes on that stuff.
hmm
I've seen some. They put out some things, but
I watched some stuff on YouTube
pretty
just
crazy.
earlier today. But
Oh yeah, no, that stuff is amazing, especially when they say like, I wonder like how much is actually CGI, like
Mhm.
what parts were the CGI.
Yeah.
they said that there was like a
There's
very
very little.
low amount of visual effects shots.
I wonder if it's just like really tiny stuff like glass or something. Like
Yeah,
just
I
kinda,
mean,
like, shattered.
Yeah.
Whenever you do a practical effect, you always touch it up with CGI.
Like
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
you had more smoke or you had more debris in an
Yeah.
explosion. And
But like, you could totally tell that plane crashing into the side
that
of the
was
building
real.
is just they just crashed a plane into the side.
That
of the
was
building,
straight up, yeah.
They said it was cheaper to do it that way.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Which is
I know.
crazy,
Yeah.
yeah.
How
Looks
something
good.
digital would be more expensive than a physical plane.
Yeah. I mean, those guys, the CGI guys, get paid dirt cheap too. It's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
They spend hours on that. And speaking of CGI, we were talking about 2012 or whatever. Like, there's a specific company, I guess, that does the CGI for water. Like, does the best CGI for
Mhm.
water, and they were the ones that did like the water scenes in 2012 and everything like that. Like, there's specific guys that do that. But
That's pretty cool.
We are the water people.
yeah, on water, we got you.
You would think with how intricate effects are nowadays that it would be like mad expensive, but it's literally in every movie nowadays. So
Yeah.
I don't
What's
know
like
how.
some of the best CGI though that you've seen? Because there's some crappy CGI.
Oh,
All right.
I
Even
saw.
in recent movies, there's some
Yeah.
crappy CGI.
Justin,
Me and
I
Jeremy were
think-
talking about this.
I think me and you have the same idea in mind, Justin.
We
Okay.
saw a post on Instagram that talked about
And it was talking about some of the best like CGI characters. And Justin, if I miss any, you can chime in. But
Yeah.
so like me and Justin have agreed some of the best CGI characters that we've seen. One would be like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. I think he's really well
Yes.
done.
Actually, I saw that
Um,
post. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah, like
and I realized I was like, he actually does
Yeah.
look really
and
good.
Caesar from Planet of the Apes. I
Yes,
think he's
that's
looked
true.
really good. Was there a third one?
Those are good movies, by the way.
Thanos.
They are. Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
Yeah, Thanos does look really good.
yeah.
No, Davy Jones, but Dead Man's Chest is the best Pirates movie.
Oh, agreed. Definitely.
what's the game that they play? They're like, oh,
Oh,
I'll
with
roll
the
you
dice?
7 5s or whatever.
full fives. Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but you're talking about.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while, but it's
We
amazing.
should watch it.
I
What
just
else?
watched. You guys ever watched pitch meetings on Screen Rants?
Yes, those are
Channel?
great.
No, I haven't seen
They
that.
just put one out yesterday for Dead Man's Chest, and I watched it.
I've seen the thumbnails for those, but
They're pretty funny. I like those.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
interesting.
But yeah, like Planet of the Apes, yeah, like Caesar and all those other monkeys, I think are really well done in those movies.
Yeah. No.
So that's like some peak CGI right there.
Those are probably
so,
like the 3 best CGI characters ever.
yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
say at least.
I know I remember hearing with CGI, and I wonder if this is the case with Pirates of the Caribbean, is like dark and rainy scenes are the best for it. Like
Yeah, it helps cover if you have.
Yeah.
bad
yeah,
You can
because
hide.
CGI is like glossy looking almost. I don't know what it is about it. It's like kind of like they can never make it look dry, or if it's like too dry looking. So
Or like
Yeah.
or like textured.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
what
hard
it
to
is.
get textures right, but
Mhm.
Yeah, but with the rainy and the darkness of it, like you think of like the first CGI, Jurassic Park, like that whole scene with the dinosaur or whatever.
it
it's
still holds
dark.
up pretty good.
Oh, it
Yeah.
is pretty good
It really
still.
does,
Probably better
yeah.
than some of the recent movies.
Oh, yeah. That's probably why Davy Jones looks so good because
That's what I was wondering.
he's just always
'cause
wet.
Yeah.
It's always wet and it's dark probably for a lot of those scenes that he's in.
It's usually it's either
Yeah.
like stormy, so yeah.
Yeah. As opposed
Yeah.
to like
Even in the
dry
sunlight,
daylight.
I've seen some of the shots when he's out like during the day. It still looks great.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, and that movie's like what, over 15 years old now. So
Probably at least.
What was that, like 2007,
Probably somewhere in there, yeah.
6 or 7?
yeah, that's interesting. Any other?
What's your guys' favorite Nolan movie?
I mean, I don't want to be a hypocrite because
Of
I've
the
only
ones you've seen.
I've
I've-
only
I
Yeah.
think I've only seen wait.
So not Interstellar.
Okay, well, yeah, not Interstellar. Okay.
even so I've only seen Inception once, and it was at your house.
What?
so-
That's my favorite movie of all time. That
under-
is the best.
Yeah.
It's funny that
it's a
you're-
perfect movie. to me.
I remember when we were at your house, Austyn, you were like, okay, now everybody get ready and focus. We're going to watch this movie.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
because they'd never seen it. I was like, "What? You have to
Yeah.
watch this." So I showed
Yeah.
it to him.
I was mind blown by it. So
I was
definitely-
too.
I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate what you see in it.
but like
Yeah.
I T-Man being down here,
Mhm.
he had never seen like we were watching the Nolan movies, so we watched the Batman movies and we watched Interstellar, and he had never seen Interstellar before. So, or not Interstellar, Inception.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's kind of cool to
Just
see.
keep rubbing that in with them, don't you?
What?
never seen
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
No, yeah.
Okay, we're watching it this week.
Oh, tonight after the podcast, Justin. All right.
I don't think it's like awesome.
It's kind of long, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of a slower movie too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
slower, but
not Inception. Yeah, have you seen the Batmans at least?
Yeah. I've seen all
Y-
those.
Yeah.
I
I
just
think-
rewatched all of those. I
It's
just
really-
watched Rises yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I still got to watch that. We watched 1 and 2 like over these past couple weeks, and we got to watch the last one. But the Dark Knight is like Dark Knight and Inception are really close together. I mean, you don't need to know anything about Batman or anything to really enjoy Dark Knight. It's like a perfect.
yeah.
It's
It is.
it's a
I was
very
really impressed after
well-balanced
rewatching it.
Like that could have been the first movie, and it would have been okay. Like since you don't need like
and
super.
it's one of those movies where it's like very deep if you like listen to the dialogue and everything, but like I think Justin was saying, like sometimes you don't even need to know like specific details or whatever to enjoy a movie, and that's one of those movies that you could just be dumb through the whole thing and enjoy it just because things are happening, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think
really-
It is. That's interesting. I never really thought about that. It is kind of standalone.
Inception,
The middle part of
you
a
have to
trilogy,
think-
but you can watch it just if you haven't seen Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And I think
yeah.
it stands. I would almost say like maybe it's his best movie because what you're saying with Inception, you gotta sit down, you gotta like, all right, you see what's going on. They're in Dream 1, they're in Dream 2, they're Dream 3, right? But Batman Begins, it's one of those movies that you just enjoy. You don't really have to think about it. You just know the Joker is causing havoc and Batman's after him, kind of thing. So,
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we were really impressed again because when you always remember, you're like, The Dark Knight's great. You know, everyone knows. That.
Everyone knows
Everybody
it.
knows
But
it.
I
yeah.
haven't seen it in a long time.
There's a
And
lot
after
of
I
scenes.
rewatched it, I was like,
There's
yeah,
so mu-
that movie
there's
did-
so much
it's
that
Really
happens.
good.
And
Yeah.
it's still held up as like still being amazed. Yeah.
It's one of the best comic book movies, to be honest.
I would agree. Yeah.
I agree. I
Which
think sometimes the
It's
internet hypes
clearly
it
a
up
lot coming
a
from
little too much.
the Marvel guy. Right?
Yeah.
I know. I'm surprised by that. I don't. It's like kind of it. It's like, is it really a superhero movie? Because it's like its own thing almost.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I know what you're saying too, Justin.
it's
'cause
Nolan, which is my favorite director.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
he
Yeah.
brings such life into that.
Yeah.
No one will ever make better Batman movies than the Dark Knight trilogy.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't think
I
there
am
will
very
be.
excited for the Robert Pattinson one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I think it would be good.
I can still always enjoy a fresh new Batman movie, but they will never be that bar. of-
Yeah.
The Dark Knight is just
It's like
the
peak.
top tier.
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't think it's like a superhero movie. It's like
No.
a movie that has superhero characters in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what
But
we were saying
even-
about Last Jedi earlier. It even if it works, not even if it was just a Star Wars movie, just as like a sci-fi movie, it still works as holds up
Yeah.
as a good movie. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But like
I
it's
think
funny because Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy is so grounded for being
Yeah,
a
that's-
superhero.
it's very
It
non
feels different.
like other superhero movies. But
Yeah.
I think also, as great as a film I think Dark Knight is, I think fans like put it on this pedestal that like
No doubt.
is this god tier thing, and whenever something great comes out, they're like, "But is it better than the Dark Knight?" I mean,
You know why it is. Is
that kind of
just-
annoys me. But
It's just because Heath Ledger died. I swear, if he probably wouldn't have died, it probably would not have as much of a hype. But
Mhm.
because, like,
Yeah.
anytime someone dies or something after like a good performance or like the height of whatever, then
Yeah.
it becomes this like mythical thing that no one can ever reach, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
That's true.
guess, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not that it doesn't deserve the hype, but just because of that, I feel like in people's eyes they're like,
Yeah.
you can't touch that because it's like it's perfect.
yeah.
So
But it's pretty close to
Yeah.
being a perfect movie.
We should rewatch them, Justin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
'cause
should.
I haven't seen them in
it's been a
Pretty-
couple years.
It's a solid trilogy. All 3 of them are great.
because we own all 3 of them. But yeah,
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion, I think Batman Begins might actually still be my favorite one though.
Really?
oh, I mean, it
It's-
is a
it's
solid
good.
movie. Yeah,
But all 3 of them are solid. I was saying to Natalie yesterday, I was like, Begins and Rises gets overshadowed by because everyone's like the Dark Knight is
You
the
gotta
best.
show love for
Yeah.
all
But
of
they're
it,
all
yeah.
great.
hmm
Like they
They are.
really hold up.
I think Rises works better though with Batman Begins, because
Yeah.
that whole
Well,
thing
'cause
at the end
Yeah, the
is
story
what.
is kind of more connected to that.
Yeah, I think it works because that whole connection to um, Qui-Gon Jinn is is like what makes it stronger.
Yeah.
I really,
yeah.
yeah, he's one of my favorite parts of the movie. That's why
I mean,
like
how
him.
can
Yeah.
you not love Liam Neeson in any movie? Like,
True. Even all those like pretty generic action movies that he does all the
I
time.
know
Yeah.
it's cookie cutter Liam Neeson.
But he's still entertaining in them.
yeah,
It is. I
Yeah.
would love him.
I haven't seen him in anything in a few years, but
He said he's gonna be done with all the action stuff. He's getting too old.
well,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
been saying that for a
Nah,
while.
just do it. Just keep it going.
yeah.
I mean, he's like in his 60s. He's like his early 60s. I
He
think.
just did that movie last year, Honest Thief. It was a terrible movie.
Yeah, I mean, most of them are.
Well, I mean,
But I
some are
actually
better.
like. Have you seen Nonstop?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
actually like that one. It's pretty good.
is that the
all
one
of
with,
them, like,
the
blend
plane or
together.
something?
Yeah, the one on the plane. It's the one where he's
Oh.
just a cool action guy on a plane. He's on a train. He's going after his daughter.
Basically, if you're on any sort of transportation with Liam Neeson, it's gonna.
yeah, he's
it's
gonna be
not-
the cool guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the cool. See, it doesn't have to make sense or be good to entertain you.
If I was the bad guy and Liam Neeson was chasing me, I know I lose. So
I would
Yeah,
just
there's
give
just
up.
there's no point.
the only one that beat him was Batman.
yeah. And I don't think I'm Batman, so
Yeah,
No.
Batman and Darth Maul, the only two.
Yeah.
Batman.
it's funny how he's kind of become the caricature of the action guy. Because the
Kinda.
first Taken is a pretty serious movie.
hmm
And that one, like I take that one more seriously than all the other ones he's done.
Oh, the other ones.
Even the sequels to Taken are like
Oh, they're bad.
they get rid of. The third one's terrible. There's some enjoyment to be had in the second one. It's like right on the cusp before it gets like ridiculous for being a sequel.
You know the only problem with like the first Taken? This is complete. Your outline is blown. Just so you know.
No, keep going.
the first Taken. The only problem with first Taken is that there's always a moment where the character's in trouble. He's never in trouble. He's always just a freight train
hmm
going. There's one small scene. It's like 10 seconds long where he is cuffed up to the like top or whatever, held captive, breaks the thing, and he's off. That's the
Yeah.
only time he's in trouble. Besides that, he's
That's
a
true.
freight train.
You can't stop Liam Neeson.
Nope.
I guess not.
No stopping him.
There's never a moment where you're like, oh no, is he gonna make it? And it's like he's always just going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie is pretty like. He's just always doing something in that movie.
He's-
The
he's
pace is
always-
fast.
Does he sleep?
You could say it was nonstop.
There you
Oh
go.
no. Yeah.
He's a freight train, you say?
What?
Yeah, really.
Hey, one film experience I was gonna bring in earlier, but I forgot to do was Jeremy and Austyn, we went and saw Thor Ragnarok in IMAX.
Oh yeah.
Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie is great, and the IMAX experience was great. We got those cool. We went up to Ann Arbor just to go to IMAX to get those posters. That's
Yeah.
I remember we walked up and that girl's handed out the posters. You're like, yeah, we're pretty much just here to get the posters.
And she was not having any of that. She was just like,
She was like,
It's like, okay,
I was,
okay.
just take
I was-
it.
I was like, I don't think that was a weird thing to say, but she was just,
Yeah.
She doesn't appreciate the experience.
no. She's like, I'm not getting paid enough to be here.
How
Yeah,
dare
she's
she.
like, just take your
Fuck you,
poster and
nerds.
go in the yeah.
Yeah, just take your poster and
And
out
get in
of
the
my
theater,
face.
come on.
But yeah, that was cool. I think that was the first IMAX movie we saw. So
Yeah, that was crazy driving back in the
That
rain.
was nuts.
oh man,
yeah.
I was getting nervous, man. I was like, I can't see anything right
Yeah.
now. It was raining so hard.
We're
Yeah.
like,
It was just a wall of
we're like,
water
you
in front
got,
of me.
you think you got to pull over? But
We're on the
Yeah.
highway, dude. And I'm like,
made
"Ah,
it."
it's the middle of the night. We're on the highway.
Yeah, and it was like
Can't see nothing in the rain.
and it was late at night too, and we were coming back.
yeah, those were.
Man, I still haven't. I think I saw one movie in IMAX. I thought we were supposed to go sometime, Austin. I don't remember what film we were supposed to go for, but still need to go some point when movies are open.
Dude,
Mhm.
I need to see a movie in a theater.
Yeah.
Later,
I am down for the drive-in though this summer. I'm about to
I'm definitely hitting up the drive-in. 'Cause
Yeah.
all the time.
If they're gonna actually be releasing these movies now,
In May, it's
I'm
gonna
going
be
to the
hot.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
When
know what's
Black
gonna
Widow
suck,
comes
though?
out, when Fast and Furious 9 comes out, I'm
Yeah.
there.
Quiet Place though, I would love to see in theater. It's gonna suck if it's at a driving range.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
not experience that.
Yeah.
If it's like the first one.
Me and Justin saw Tenet
it looks
at the
I'm
drive-in.
super excited.
Did you?
that.
Yeah.
yeah, we
I
saw
saw it in
Tenet.
the drive. I saw it first in the theater, then I saw it
Yeah.
at the drive-in.
I saw it in the theater, and I don't know what was wrong with the theater, but apparently you could hear more of the movie next door than you could Tenet.
Really?
Really?
Hearing
How is that
explosions,
possible?
like what is
What?
going on? I've never.
Tenet's got such loud sound effects too,
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
which is weird. It's got such
Yeah.
loud sound effects.
No, there's like one part where they're talking like on the
Oh.
street or whatever, and first of all, it's really hard to hear them in the first place. I'm not even gonna go on the whole subject of because people blast Nolan for his mixing
His
or
sound
whatever.
mix.
I don't hear it.
No,
that
it
much.
just could like I could hear the movie next door. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. First of all, I'm trying to pay attention to the crazy story that's going on. But
Yeah.
second of all, I got explosions going on.
You know, when we saw Tenet at the drive-in, our car
Oh,
would
dude, this
not
was-
connect to the audio.
Oh,
This
the
was so and
every
it
15 minutes it would cut out.
and then like it was so bad. We'd have to like restart the card, like get connected again.
Oh,
We'd miss like a couple minutes each time. It was terrible.
that stinks.
But then we watched it at home a couple months ago. so
Yeah. So
we got the full experience with it.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm definitely down. I'm hitting up the drive-in all the
Mhm.
time.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get like
Because-
a boombox or
Because
something.
they're finally going to be releasing movies. Like
Yeah.
last summer,
Nothing
There was just
Like-
nothing. Yeah.
except
because we
Tenet.
have that option around here because we have the drive-in, so we can still
But
see
they weren't
if
releasing
they're being
anything.
released. But everything's been delayed and delayed.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
if they're actually releasing them, I'm not going to go to the theater, but I'll go to
No.
the drive-in.
And I feel like there's a lot of there's at least several bigger movies coming out this year. So
Fast and Furious.
mhm.
That's a summer movie. That is just dumb fun, and I love that franchise.
they
know
they
you
go
do.
to space with this one.
Did you see that new trailer?
I haven't seen the trailer, but I heard about it.
Yeah, those are good. I love.
I've
those.
only seen ever one, and not even the whole thing.
I've seen bits and pieces of some of them, but I've never seen
Yeah,
a
I've only
whole
seen
one.
bits.
but-
If you like, it's like the Liam Neeson stuff
At some point, I'll
on
probably see them.
steroids.
Yeah, I'd have to do
I-
like a marathon. or
Me and Justin were just talking about it yesterday, and I told you, I was like, Justin, there's just some things that's like family isn't always going to save you in some of these cases.
No, that's why they've been getting better each one because
You think
they
so?
lean
Yeah.
into the ridiculousness. Like they're self-aware, they know it's
Yeah.
ridiculous, but they just keep going and going.
Yeah.
They just
And-
they full send it or like yes. we're
Yeah.
gonna
They're
be
like, how do we get to
ridiculous."
space? Family got us
and
there.
John Cena's in this one, so
Oh my!
Um,
God.
I saw that.
You know, why do I feel like John Cena's trying to be like The Rock now?
He is. Yeah, I feel like.
He's got to follow the steps.
I like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
he's
No,
up
I
there.
like John Cena.
Yeah,
but
no, it's just funny.
it's just like he's the next.
He is kind of like The
wrestler.
Rock
hmm
because The Rock is just he plays himself in everything,
Yeah.
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 but he's likable and he's charming enough. So
Mhm.
you
Oh
can
my
like
goodness, what was that terrible movie he was in? It was another disaster movie.
Rampage.
Oh no, it was
or
um,
San Andreas.
San Andreas.
San
yeah.
Andreas.
I
Yeah,
saw
that
that.
one was like.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
Saw that,
a lot
yeah.
of the Rock movies like kind of getting that bad.
Or what about that skyscraper?
Oh,
That's the movie I was
I
talking
forgot
about.
about that.
Skyscraper.
That's
that
bad.
was bad.
we never saw that
I
one.
didn't see that one because I thought it looked bad.
I almost thought those were the same movie for a second, but
It was fun though. I just like it for the fun, but they are dumb
was
movies.
there a scene where he was like holding on to two buildings or something, or he was
No,
like,
it's like a crazy jump he did.
oh, okay,
Yeah, he jumped off like a crane or something.
I think it was
Yeah.
a poster.
And then
shot.
his prosthetic leg got like
Yes.
wrapped up in the thing, and it
I
was
remember
like attaching from him, and he's hanging
Okay.
there.
who thought, oh, let's give this character a prosthetic?
and they just did a detach.
That's
He's gonna be
terrifying.
hanging by it from a skyscraper.
Dumbest thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else you guys are looking forward to this year? Because it's crazy. We have like 4 Marvel movies in the next 6 months.
You know,
Yes, which I'm down for all. of them.
Mhm.
I'm fine too. I know you have on here about the theater experience coming back and everything, but I'm fine with having these movies at home at the same time being
I mean, it's
released.
kind of
I do like that.
I
yeah.
like it. Like, I
mean,
want to have the option that
yeah.
maybe I can go to the theater, but let's bring it to HBO Max or whatever, like Kong or whatever. I like just being able to, and you can like, it's more of a chill experience. You don't gotta worry about. I mean, I liked when they were doing the booking seating seats, so you could register, but like before that, where you had to show up just like super early just to get there, and then you're just waiting there forever. So,
Yeah.
And I feel like especially if it's a movie that like you don't love enough, you're like, yeah, I'll do see this in theaters. Like you still want to see it, but you're just like, yeah, I can watch it at home. You know, that's
yeah,
why I
like
like.
Kong
Yeah.
versus did you
Yeah.
guys see that?
I know
Yeah,
that
we
would
did.
have been fun to
Yeah.
see in the theater. Though.
I think theater would have been good for
It
that
would
one
have
too.
been, but it's like one of those ones like
I was
could've
okay
passed
either
on it.
way.
Yeah.
I had a fun time.
I enjoyed it.
at
Yeah.
home.
So
Yeah, I thought it was great. Pretty cool.
I mean,
But-
I like the in theaters and on demand the same day just now because of the pandemic, because I'm not going to go to the theater.
mhm.
And so I still want to be able to see it. But in general, like moving forward, when everything gets taken care of, I feel like it would be better to not do that.
Nah,
Just
just bring it.
because the film industry's taking a huge hit right now.
Oh, they're gonna die. They're
Yeah.
gonna die.
The theater
It's
chains
okay.
are dying.
It's
There's-
okay.
There's already
Let
some
it
that
die.
have died. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's okay. Let it die.
I don't know.
We'll just
I,
have a
I
couple
think
of
it'll
theaters. We
affect
don't need
the-
that many.
Well, since
Hey.
everyone thought AMC was gonna, go bankrupt.
Yeah.
So here's the topic to talk about. Going into the future, either near the end or post-pandemic, do you think that the theater is going to die and we should keep going on to streaming, or that the theater experience needs to be preserved?
It's gonna die. It's
I-
gonna be
I
one of those.
think
It's gonna be a
we
drive-in
need to
range.
preserve it, but
It's gonna be a drive-in. Is what it's gonna be. They've been dying for like a while, and then the pandemic's just like been a
This
big
is like
crutch.
the final push.
Because
Yeah.
they charge
way,
the
yeah.
tickets so ridiculous. An HBO
yeah.
account is less than a ticket to a theater. It's
True.
like,
that's
and then
true. But that's gonna affect the whole film industry because they're not gonna make as much money.
They won't have
back on
revenue from-
movies.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be able to shill out bigger budgets for
Mhm.
things. It's
no, they're gonna go to
affect
they're gonna
things.
go to streaming and just have big budgets for streaming. Netflix is dominating now with those Netflix movies.
But
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
all junk.
but
so.
They're-
yeah,
Yeah.
there's quantity. Not all
Yeah.
of them are quality.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, have you heard the thing about Adam Sandler? Like Sandler
Yeah.
got like this
Who's
ridiculous
still watching those?
millions because there are just people that just put on movies and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter about the quality of those movies. He just needs to. I think he's in a contract for like 4 of them or whatever. Gets paid this gigantic amount.
Yeah.
Super crappy movies, but
He
it's about
gets-
the streams that happen.
thing.
For
Yeah.
it.
I was
Netflix people will literally just watch anything,
Yeah.
regardless of
Yeah.
what it is.
like I was looking at like last year's. It was like the top 10 most streamed things on Netflix, and I feel like I am pretty like in the know when it comes to like movies, TVs, and all that, and TV shows and stuff. And me and Justin were talking about it, and like I hadn't heard of like 8 out of the 10 most top streamed things on Netflix all of last year, and I'm like, yeah, like who's really out here on Netflix watching like these like super like D tier grade shows or something? It's like so weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but still, I mean, there could be some quality. What was that movie? I think there was a movie not that long ago that you had told me about, Austyn, but
On Netflix?
I can't remember what it
Oh,
was.
you talking about Run on Hulu?
Oh yeah, I think that was it. Was that
That's a great movie.
Was that a made for Hulu movie? Because I thought
I
it
think
was.
so.
Yeah. See,
It's a
those are like
streaming movie.
that's a decent movie. That's just a little thing that may have not made it to theaters or whatever, but it makes it to a streaming service. Is a pretty good movie.
Well, those kind of movies are
yeah,
good for
that's,
streaming.
that's a
but
different idea.
the big blockbuster thing, you want to see those on big screens, like Avengers movies and
I'm
Star
just saying
Wars.
though, that's
You want
gonna
to
be.
watch? You want to premiere a Star Wars movie in your house?
Yeah, I think
I
definitely
got a
for,
good
like
system in my house. So no, I'm just saying though, like that you can do that fine, but that's gonna be like you just need one theater for that when the time comes, kind of thing. You don't need 3
Yeah,
theaters.
but
Area.
how's a theater gonna still be around? How are they gonna survive if no one's going to the theater?
Because
True.
they're gonna be doing their thing now where they're starving and they're like play games on our TV for
Yeah.
150 for a
That's
night.
cool.
They're dying,
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
because they just need business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
think,
cool concept though. If they rent out the auditoriums for different things.
That's what
Yeah.
they're doing now,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I heard
I mean,
something
a
about
little
that, yeah.
bit, but
Yeah,
if
you
they
can
like
game
really,
at some of them, can't you?
if they
Yeah.
really made like a plan of that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like their idea right now. I mean, probably with movies coming back out, they're like probably hopeful about that, but yeah, still, I'm sure Tenet was a disappointment because there was like it was hyping up like it was going to bring the movie industry back or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Well,
it,
it
went,
just
"Woo, boom, right back.
it was
down."
just a really bad time for it. It was like the
It
height
was.
of the pandemic, like ramping up. And
Yeah.
Well, the other
I
thing,
definitely
like,
wasn't gonna go to a packed theater to see it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I saw it on the watch party, but if that wasn't an option and it was just like normal seats in the theater, I wouldn't have gone.
yeah, no. Even this summer, not even going to go to a regular.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to an
theater.
actual theater, but driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catch us at the drive-in.
But because like
Yeah.
in July, Black Widow is supposed to come out, so I'm
Yeah.
like, do I want to pay $30 to watch it? No, but are we probably going to do it? Yes.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I mean, we can see that in the drive-in though.
Oh, I didn't even think
That's
of that.
true.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
3
yeah,
months
I
of
guess
Disney
that's
Plus.
a better
then.
option. Yeah, 'cause
Well,
compared
it's
to,
Premier Access. You have like you have your subscription, but you have to pay
I
like
know.
$30 to watch the movie.
I think
Yeah.
HBO is actually doing it a lot better than Disney Plus is with the home premieres.
I think, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but they're losing money on it though, which is why Disney's not doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta accept that everyone's losing money right now. So
Well, yeah, but you gotta try to stop the bleeding as much as possible.
Wait,
Yeah.
losing money? What do you like? Where? What do you mean?
Like with the streaming,
Like
you're
who?
not making as much back as they would from like ticket sales and theater revenue.
I don't know. Are they though? Because you think about it, don't they have ads on there?
It's
don't
not
think-
the same though. It's not as much.
But the ads are like, I mean, that's how Facebook and those companies run, is just on ads, and they survive just fine with that. Theaters are not like that, because with theater ads, it's like you throw up a dentist ad, you hope it sticks, kind of thing. But with like a streaming
Yeah,
service,
well,
it's like,
the theater revenue is different than like the
well, because they make their
movie,
money
the
on
studio gets the
concessions
money.
is where they make their
Yeah.
money. But no, I don't think they're probably not doing bad with it. don't
I mean,
think-
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Kong is just breaking even right now. Even
Is
with
it? Okay.
the good like substantial box office pull they got from the actual theaters.
you mean the films?
Yeah, the films,
I gotcha.
which is
Yeah.
why I'm saying this. That's why Disney charges for their movies.
If you think like the other thing that kind of runs side by side with this is the Mandalorian show, and
Sure.
the way that they filmed that show is like is the combination. I don't, did you guys see like how they filmed that show?
yeah,
You did.
it's pretty, it's
behind the
crazy.
scenes,
with
yeah.
the
It's just
volume.
that
Mhm.
it's just the one room that they use.
right.
So
Yeah.
like they're not going to specific locations or
I
whatever.
mean, they do go on location sometimes, but it's mostly on the
Yeah.
volume.
Well, I'm just saying though that is probably a huge expense
Oh,
saving.
I'm sure that's cost effective.
For-
Yeah.
So if you can do the combination of that with streaming services, that probably like kind of evens out the same as going to a big thing. And the Mandalorian looked awesome. Like you couldn't tell that, it's probably some better CG
Oh yeah, you
than
can
some of the
tell
other
that
ones.
it wasn't a set,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't disagree with you that streaming is definitely going to be a big part of the future of movies, but I definitely think it's important that we still have theaters. Because, like you were saying, you'd be disappointed watching A Quiet Place 2 at the drive-in instead of a theater.
I could see it at home though. I'd see it at home
Mhm.
because the only thing with the drive-in that I don't like is the sound, because sound is
Yeah.
terrible there. And that
It depends on
movie-
your car speakers.
yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like even Quiet Place, it's like such as like when you
Yeah.
watch that movie in the theater, the
Yeah,
first
the
one,
sound design is a part of that movie.
it's the movie.
Yeah, it's the character in the movie, and
Yeah, so
I'm
it's like,
still upset that the Oscars snubbed them for best sound mixing.
is that what
they'll-
happened?
they'll
Yeah,
get
they
next
didn't get
time.
it. They gave it to like Bohemian Rhapsody or something.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, I do remember that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
There's still hope for the second one, maybe. But
Yeah.
I guess when I think about it, there were some things I would want to see on a big screen, like a drive-in, but sometimes I may just
First
want to
Hulk.
watch it at home.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just depends on the movie.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just depends.
That's what I'd say.
yeah, I could see that. I still like the drive-in and everything, but I think the way that you think of drive-in will be the way that you think of theaters.
I think it's
It's a
gonna
pretty
take a
crazy
while,
thought.
but
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like you think
I
like
kind of don't like that though. I
No.
don't like that thought.
I'm just saying. It's like when they it's like the day that they came out with books, but people were still using scrolls. And everything. And they're like, books? Are you serious?
Who's using
You
that?
see this scroll right now?
Are you equating the
Never.
move to books from
Never
scrolls
this. Never this thing. Scrolls are the way to go.
theaters to drive it.
theaters and driving?
it all connects somewhere.
Have you
right?
seen this scroll?
I think it'd be kind of sick to read stuff off a scroll.
Next talk you give, read off a scroll.
Dude,
I
just go in there
swear.
like Jesus and he just opens it up and just starts reading
Just-
off of it.
Yeah. that-
Oh man.
You're just
That's
like
good.
going through it, like trying to get through the page. You have,
Like, where did I leave off?
yeah. Which scroll is it again?
Oh, you have like three
You have a
scrolls
bin-
where you're
you
talking.
have a bin of scrolls.
Like, oh, done with that one?
Yeah.
Well, I think any other thoughts about theaters, film topics we wanna mention as a
What about
closing
that
subject?
Shang-Chi trailer did you guys see today?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Did you see it, Jeremy?
I've saw like clips, but I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
I think it looks
I
pretty
sent
cool.
it in the group chat and Jeremy didn't even watch it.
Yo,
He sees
hold
the
up.
group chat. He's like, nah, that's not it.
Hey, hold up. I'll watch it. All right, I haven't seen it yet.
It
Have you-
looks it looks a lot different than Marvel you would usually do, but
I think it looks good. I'm excited for it.
no, yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of things that people said that it was underwhelming. I'm like, why? Because it doesn't have a CGI fight in it, or what?
Well, there were CGI fights.
But
Like,
Yeah,
what are those big old like creatures on like that battlefield? It's pretty cool looking. It just
I
looks
like-
really different from a lot of
Yeah.
Marvel stuff.
I liked that scene. It was just a couple of seconds of he was in like almost like a bamboo forest fighting some.
Yeah, that
Other
that
warrior?
looked awesome.
That looked cool. So
I like a lot of like the kind of kung fu choreography, and I think that'll be fun in a Marvel movie.
he's fighting those two guys in that bus, and he
Yeah,
kicks
when he
them.
like
I-
he
yeah, I-
punched them and then kicked them.
Okay,
Oh,
I did
cool.
see that scene. I saw that.
I don't know much about it, but I don't need
Yeah,
to know.
I
that
don't
it
know a
looks
lot
cool.
about the character either, but I'm excited for the actual Mandarin
Yeah.
Yes.
because that was the only thing that let me down in Iron Man 3. I
That was
still
probably
like
one of
Iron
the
Man
big.
3, but
Yeah. I was just
that
like, come
reveal
on.
was terrible.
I'm
Trevor?
Trevor. I'm
Trevor
Trevor.
Slattery?
I mean, it's funny, but it's not worth like ruining that.
Yeah.
The potential with Ben Kingsley
Oh, that'd have
to
been
be
like.
a great if he was actually the serious.
It
like,
was a great
Mandarin, it would've
choice
been awesome.
altogether at first.
And I feel like it was such a
Yeah.
big build up, and then just
It just fell
to lead us to
apart.
that.
Yeah.
When that happened, I was like, "Say psych right now!
Please.
Like, please tell me this."
They
is
could
not
have made
real."
him an actually cool Mandarin. but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
besides that,
maybe we'll see a real cool Mandarin.
maybe we'll actually see it. Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah. I saw the picture of with who they're putting as the new Mandarin. So
Did you are you excited about the Venom movie coming out with Carnage?
Yes,
Eh,
they
I think
delayed
what's
it-
his name
They
is
delayed
terrible.
it again.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
I don't think Woody Harrelson is a great choice, but
Terrible.
I'm
pick.
still excited to see what he does with
can
it.
we
'Cause
talk about
I love
the
Carnage. Like I've wanted to see him in a movie.
I have the
forever.
original Carnage comic.
Really, I have a series.
In condition.
all right.
I have like all 12 issues of like Ultimate Carnage like storyline, that whole run is pretty
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Can
No.
we talk about how they missed the opportunity to call the movie Maximum Carnage?
Justin
Oh,
says
that's
that
the
every
one I have, I
time.
think, is Maximum Carnage.
Yeah.
They would have been cooler, but that's just me.
I just see Andy Serkis is directing the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
What an
interesting
interesting pick.
choice.
Yeah.
Has he directed anything?
Yeah. He's directed, I think so. Oh yeah, he directed that Jungle Book movie that I didn't really like very much.
Oh.
Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Not the Favreau one, but
No, not that. The Netflix one.
I watched that one. It
That was
was
all right.
It was all right. Yeah.
It had a great cast, but it just was like,
Yeah.
kind of.
yeah,
meh.
I didn't know anything about that.
Oh, you reminded me about the Planet of the Apes. That was a good trilogy.
It was. Justin hasn't
Mhm.
seen them. I don't think. Have you?
No, it's a good trilogy. The 1st
I've-
one's
You
a
haven't
great
seen
film.
those?
I've seen them. Justin hasn't.
I've seen the first one, I think.
Do you watch movies, Justin?
That's funny. Until like a few years ago, we were very shallow in our movie watching, so we've been catching up.
Man,
You know what? We
Yeah.
also just watched recently that we hadn't seen before was the newer James Bond series with
I
Daniel
like
Craig.
those.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
those are
Dude, I'm excited
good.
for the
No Time
new
to Die.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Keeps getting delayed, like everything else.
I think what's
Yeah.
his name is going to be a good bad guy, Rami Malek.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
like
perfect.
pretty much all of them, so I'm excited about this next one.
Hmm.
I think Skyfall is probably my favorite.
That one was
The
really
newer ones.
amazing.
Yeah. But also, like, I just loved Casino Royale a lot.
Mhm.
But I don't know, Skyfall and those are probably my two
Those
favorites.
are probably my two favorite ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching it was just really fun watching those. We just watched them.
Yeah, we'd watch one every week.
We
So
watched one every week, and
yeah.
like, yeah, those
Well,
are cool.
shoot, you got Cloverfield to watch, and
Yeah, Interstellar. to watch.
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Justin,
Okay.
you need to catch
The
up on
Planet
Planet
of
of the
the
Apes.
Okay,
These are
let
banger
me write
films
this
that you're
down.
missing out.
Andrew's making you a whole list.
Yes, and checking it twice. You know, it's
Yeah.
not even nice.
We'll have you guys back on.
Andrew confirmed Santa Claus.
Yeah. That's
We'll
the
have
title
you guys
of
back
the
on
episode.
once we watch these, and then we can discuss all of them.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
You better.
Yeah.
Then you can actually put on the outline.
Then we can have thoughts on
on
Interstellar.
Real thoughts on
Real
Interstellar.
thoughts. That'll be the clickbait title. Our real thoughts on Interstellar.
Yeah, really.
Yes,
Yeah.
in parentheses, we have watched it.
Yeah.
Yes, we have watched it.
Yeah.
But you know, Justin, you're gonna have to be in one of our. If this pandemic ends and whatever, and we do another film or whatever, you're gonna have to be a part of the movie.
Yeah, I'm
that
ready.
We make because Jeremy was already in it.
I've
We've
been
all-
in one.
I've missed out like every time.
Every time you're always like, "Oh man, I'm working." I'm like, every time.
But
Jeremy
now-
and I both died in that one.
I know, dude.
Put to
yeah,
death.
once we can, I'd be down for making some short films.
That one you guys made too, the action one was really good. I thought that was
Oh, yeah. I made a
cut.
couple for school last year. They were fun
Yeah.
to make.
those ones were really
The
good.
one where I got punched in the stomach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was
You
the
like
action
that?
scene
Yeah.
on that was great.
Dude, I was
Yeah, we did that one take through the basement where I was escaping.
Yeah, our outtakes were funny. And then
Yeah,
I made
those,
the one
those
where
were
Jeremy,
hilarious.
I made the one where Jeremy got abducted. Did you guys see
Oh.
that one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I forgot about
Where
that.
Jeremy got abducted?
It was supposed to be like he's going through like this trippy story.
Oh,
and
it was
that-
like a thriller. Yeah.
When you said abducted, I thought you meant like you got kidnapped or something.
I was like,
It just supposed him to like get absorbed into the light. or
Yeah, I
something.
saw that one.
Dude, I remember the one where you made where Austyn gets like shoved into the trunk. I don't know if did you tell him Justin that you had recorded a scene with me, but then you just like completely cut it out.
Sometimes
Oh, yeah, because you were at work.
Sometimes you
or
don't
I
make the
had to
cut.
work for the most part,
Gotta
but
cut
Justin's
it.
like, "We'll record one scene with you," and Justin's like, "Yeah, your scene didn't make the cut. I'm sorry."
You didn't make the cut. You're
that's
outta
movie
here.
making.
Yeah,
That's the business.
Nothing personal.
nothing
You gotta
personal.
cut
It's just business.
Yeah. Benefits the film.
Yeah,
But
Your
yeah,
absence benefited the film.
yeah.
Yeah, really. What a way to put it.
well,
We,
unless you
we
guys,
gotta start that hashtag. Release the Jeremy cut. 'Cause
Yes.
I never seen it.
it's always about the.
Have
No,
to do
did
it.
I actually direct the scene with you?
I think so.
But then you left, and I was like, well, I can't have this character be two different people. So
Oh yeah.
Recast halfway through.
Yeah,
production.
yeah. I got recasted. That's what happened.
that's just Hollywood. That's how it goes.
He's
Have
like,
you? Yeah, I was just thinking about that. You were talking about directing and whatnot. Have you seen? This was a while back or whatever that they made like all of episode 4 from fan submission clips. Like they would be
Yeah.
given a
No way.
10. It'd be like they were given 10 seconds to like film,
Oh, that's
and
so
then
cool.
half of them were like super crappy. Half of them were like they were like their own.
I've seen an
style.
Empire
Mhm.
one like that.
There's an Empire one that they followed up with it.
Yeah.
But it's like a really cool concept. I think that would be like cool to do for like, like we should take the Dark Knight or something, and make it
oh yeah.
10,
That'd be
10
sick.
give it out to a bunch of people just to like, okay, you do this little part right here. You gotta
We're-
film your own version.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just kind of
When
You'll
we
have to look
can,
it up.
we'll definitely get something together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
after if we haven't been canceled after our last movie.
Oh yeah, really? I was trying to remember.
I was watching. I was like, he's almost got it. He's getting there.
I had to process it. I was thinking like, are you talking about I'm not gonna go there.
I did think it was funny what the theme of your video ended up being.
Yeah, like
It was a
that
complete
was-
meme.
it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, we based it off of that because we were hearing about it.
You guys didn't think it was
But-
going to be a thing.
But then it blew up here, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
No, it's kind of funny that it happened a week before everything shut down. And
Yeah.
it was like I remember Austyn came up
That's
with the
unfortunate.
idea based on the memes that were like on Instagram or whatever, and then like the next week it was like schools are shutting down and everything. It was like, oh shoot, like
Wow, these
Did
guys
we
think
just
this
Yeah.
is
predict the
fake.
future?
yeah,
Are we the Simpsons?
yeah, really. And we're like, oh shoot, by the time our movie comes out, everyone's gonna hate us.
Yeah.
I know, and I was just so disappointed by that because I was like, I was so proud of it. I was like,
Oh, it
"We
was so
did a
good.
solid movie.
No, it was
And
cool.
then everyone's
It
like,
may have just been in
too
a little
close
bad
to home,
taste
man.
by the time
Yeah.
it came out.
We had some our beginning shots in the film. We took like such time trying to get those shots, and we probably got cancer from shooting those shots
yeah,
because
in
we
that
were in this
abandoned-
abandoned gas station.
Hey,
station.
that location was cool though. Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, it's right around the corner from my house.
the lock was unlocked and we just went inside it.
Yeah, we went inside. Some old lady almost kicked us out from it, but we got our shots.
Oh yeah, there was a Karen came over and was
Yeah,
like,
a
"Are you
Karen.
guys
Of course.
supposed to be here?" We're like, no.
Like, yes, we have a
Are you?
permit.
yeah. But yeah, no, we had some good shots. Actually, one of the shots that didn't make into it, I'm kind of disappointed it didn't make into it just because my dad didn't want to use it, was we had like this ray shot, like that was going to
Oh,
be
like the sun
opening shot.
coming in.
No. Remember, it was
Oh, the one.
Selena's
I'm
head
with you
came
on
up.
that. We were so excited.
That
when we
shot was
reviewed
so
the footage,
good.
We were like, "Oh, it's good," and your dad's like, "Oh, we don't want it." I was like,
It could have worked.
Why do
"It
you
would
cut
have worked fine."
It would have worked fine.
Your dad has opinions on. how
I
he
know,
wants
and I
it.
didn't like that he slowed it down and everything. It was like,
Yeah, he slowed the frame rate too, and
yeah, and you can tell that it is that the shot was good. The shot was good, and it would have
we
worked.
shot it perfect. We set it up. We did it a couple times.
Well,
That one
when
was
we
great.
saw the shot, when we filmed it, we
Yeah,
were like,
remember
"That's
when
it."
we went back to the house and we reviewed the footage and we were
There we
like,
go.
"Oh, dude, that's sick!"
Like, this is
And
it.
him and I were just like, "Yes," and Natalie
Yeah.
just looking at us like, "You guys are ridiculous."
It's like, what are you guys talking
We're
about?
like hyped about it.
Man,
Oh,
And
it
release
was
then,
the Stanton
and then
cut.
Todd
Come
cut
on.
it and
Yo,
moved it.
release the Stanton cut. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Which
other
one?
scene cut.
Yeah, the other Stan cut.
True. True.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you though.
That shot was good.
Because I was waiting to see the finished product because you guys edited it, and so when you finally sent it and I watched it, I was like, "Why did he do that?"
I argued about it. I was like, come on. And he's like, it doesn't make sense because she slides in this way and then she slides in this way again. And I'm like, well, it could have worked though, because you don't see her
But
in the
she
beginning.
didn't slide out. Like we just did the tilt up.
We did do
after
two
that.
slides, but the way he edited it, I'm only going really deep into how we shot this right now. So
Yeah.
don't mind me. But the way that we had it is we did have two slides. We had her look up, which was she came into the shot kind of thing. And then the second one we did was that pan up on the gas station
Yeah,
and she slid in. But the way that he edited it, and it could have worked,
Yeah,
was
'cause he
that
didn't have the slide
she
in
just
when he
centered.
edited.
She was just centered on the gas
Yeah.
station, and then it came up. So she could have came into the frame and then the camera could have came up and it would have worked fine.
Yeah, we literally modeled that shot after the introduction of Rey.
Oh
in
yeah.
Force Awakens.
That's
where she
cool.
kind of like slides into the
Yeah.
frame when she like opens the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we shot it and it looked really good, and then it got cut
Hey,
out.
I want to see it.
Man.
You're gonna see it and be like, "That's it."
Yeah, you'd be like the movie's not changed at all. But
You don't know how hype we were at the moment. We were
so excited.
Yeah.
That's filmmaking, okay? It's the little things that count.
It
Yeah.
was a little thing. All those shots that we liked. There was the one scene where she walks in and she like accidentally kicked dust and it like created this dusty
Yeah.
cloud thing, and I was like,
And
"That's
then
perfect."
the sun was coming through, so you could
Yeah.
see it in the
So you could
rays.
see it. Just by
Sometimes it's just
accident.
one
It's
shot that makes it.
That was our biggest production we've ever done.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the most.
We
insane-
wouldn't have gotten that shoot done that day if we didn't split into two
Yeah,
teams.
yeah. Which it was like. I wish you guys could have been. I mean, we had plenty of people involved.
Yeah.
But it was just fun because it, like you said, that's the only film where I didn't get to see everything getting made because we had so much to shoot
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, we went to a different location with the gas station, and then the other stayed at the house.
Yeah, because they had to film a news scene. So
Yeah, they did just some green screen stuff,
yeah, but
but it worked out. It was a fun day.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's always
movie
fun.
turned out.
I mean, Jeremy knows it was a busy day with
Yeah.
using that film.
Yeah, it was.
Next time you do it, I will clear my calendar. And I'm ready to
You
go.
better.
Yeah.
We have it on recording now, so I'm going to
Yeah.
send you the timestamp.
Yeah, well, we have to find a new film festival to do because your dad always burns bridges with. He's like, I don't like this one, and we didn't get to do it again.
What?
I know.
You guys can't go
Like-
back to.
No, we did the Mommy one a couple times, and then we moved to the Tree City, and then
Yeah.
now he didn't like that one. So,
Jeez.
Yeah. Well,
although that was whack, we definitely should have won something in that one because with the competition we had.
do you remember those virtual ones that we did last year? There was some spicy ones.
Oh, you mean the
Yeah.
the international one?
No, not the international one. When we watched them.
Oh, when we watched the submissions
through-
for the
yeah,
Tree
from
City?
last year.
Yeah, it's oh my
Not good.
god, so bad.
It-
And we didn't even win anything. We weren't in any of those
Oh, really?
the placements. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had seen some of those, you'd have been
Yeah.
like, really.
Yeah. We need to get the action shots like these guys have. Combine it with the story.
We combine the action with a story that holds it up. So
Yes.
They'll
That's what I'm talking-
choreograph and we'll write the narrative.
Yeah, you guys can get like what's the guys that plan out like the action
the
scenes or
stunt
whatever.
coordinator.
Yes, that's gonna be you guys. That's gonna be your
Yeah.
title.
I
I'll
was
be your
actually
stunt
pretty
man getting
proud
punched in
of
the
that
gut.
because when we did our scene of Austyn escaping, we had like this whole mapped out scene that we were doing.
That was
and
really fun. We actually choreographed it. We did it a couple times.
We're like,
Yeah, I thought
you're
it
gonna
was.
punch Lindsay, and then you're gonna tackle Natalie, and you're gonna run up the stairs.
When I saw it, I was like, man, the way the action is flowing and everything is pretty good. Like
And there
me,
were-
I wouldn't know where to go with it.
And there was no cuts. It was all one shot.
yeah, it was one shot.
Oh dang!
I want to, since it was really fun when we did that, I want to do like a serious one, like an actual action
Yeah,
scene.
that-
Like we did that. We tried to do it seriously, like, but it was intended to be kind of funny.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
I want to do
yeah.
like a serious action movie. And
Yeah, that'd
No,
be
try
cool.
to do some stuff
that,
like
But
that
that.
would
it-
be sweet.
Sometimes it's hard to do serious on low budget. But,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I think we can pull something off.
Pull something off. Well, I told Austyn I had this idea for something. I think the way that I was structuring the story for it or whatever, I think would be cool to like do it in mini episodes or whatever. And
That
I don't
one-
know, I think that would be
That's
like
gonna scare the heck out of me, man.
a cool thing. I know it is a very creepy story that I have,
Oh yeah.
but yeah. So
Send us a screenplay this week, and we'll get it in.
yeah,
We just
Oh,
got to
COVID's
run it by
gonna
the
hit it with
executives,
delays though.
and
all
Well,
right.
I-
When everything's getting back to normal, we should definitely do something.
yeah, I'm totally down. I'm ready to do anything at this point.
Yeah.
Ready to leave my house.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, I guess that wraps up a good discussion on film theaters and
Local films.
local film productions. We're glad you guys could join us. So
Thanks for having us. This is
Yeah,
fun.
no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Glad we
thanks for
could do it.
joining in. Thanks to everybody who's been watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You learned something from it. So you can look forward to more interviews in the future. We'll be back with another episode next week. As always,
On their
you can-
Patreon for early access.
if you all want it, we will launch the Patreon.
If the people want it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
But for updates, check out Twitter, Instagram. Watch the not live, but in-person interview on YouTube. Jeremy's repping the merch, I think, today.
Yep. And you do a little boom. Fresh Squeeze
Hey.
podcast merch.
I
Nice.
respect it.
Link in bio. So that's it for this week. And we'll be back with another episode